From Nutrien Ag Solutions, I'm Senior Meteorologist Andrew Pritchard with your Canadian Prairie weather story for Monday, May 8th, 2023. We've got to talk about some fires. We saw some extreme fire behavior across parts of Alberta during the late part of last week. I'm showing you a satellite animation here from Friday. This is looking at the visible satellite. You see the clouds here across parts of British Columbia, but this kind of milkier, gray stuff that you see coming from these fine points and then being caught up in the jet stream winds. That is all smoke from some of these fires. And then in some instances, you see the bright cloud tops within these fires, and that's where we're generating updrafts there, and we can actually generate thunderstorm activity and again take on some really extreme behavior. We can really ramp up the winds, we can ramp up the potential for what we call fire tornadoes, and we can really ramp up the ability for these fires to start to spread, and then with the thunderstorms being generated, we can actually initiate lightning strikes. And without moisture in the area, these are dry thunderstorms, so no rain is coming, we're just generating lightning strikes. Those, of course, can help spark new fires. So that's what we call, again, extreme fire behavior, where really the fires start to snowball and can really get out of control in a hurry. Looking at current hotspots, again, we still have quite a few across parts of northwest Alberta, northern Alberta, then far, kind of maybe, I don't know, what do we want to call this? West central Saskatchewan, northwest Saskatchewan here, kind of right on the line there. A couple hotspots here in south central Alberta, and then one here in south central Manitoba as well. Now, as we look at fire weather conditions, fire danger today much lower across Alberta. We're bringing in some cooler temperatures, some moisture, and bringing the winds down. We still see those elevated levels across central portions of Saskatchewan into northeastern parts of Alberta. Look at the last 72 hours of precipitation. Again, it has not been heavy, and it hasn't been necessarily widespread, but we've seen quite a few people picking up scattered amounts here, getting up towards half an inch in some areas. Some of the heavier totals just north of Edmonton. Good news to get some there. And then again, kind of along and west of that line from Edmonton down to Calgary, and then southern portions of Alberta, southwestern Saskatchewan picking up some rain. And we'll keep that rain in the forecast over the next couple of days. Again, very isolated and scattered in nature right now. That's going to be the theme of this precipitation over the next few days. Certainly not widespread, not everyone going to see it, and we won't be dumping a ton of moisture on the area, but certainly enough to mitigate some of that near-term fire risk and some of the near-term dryness. Looking at temperatures across the region, generally in the mid to upper single digits, couple regions here in the 10-degree range into the lower teens. We'll look at the satellite picture here, rather disorganized across the prairie. We've got a big storm system making its way across parts of the south central U.S., another little area of low pressure making its way into California here over the next couple of hours, and then just some disorganized flow lifting into the prairie. And so that's where we see the chance for scattered precipitation. Here's the 500 millibar height pattern here Monday morning. Again, the flow coming around the base of a trough in the Aleutian Islands, and then much of the jet stream flow coming around the base of this trough here off the coast of California. And that's where we just see a little bit in the way of rising motion here, those jet stream winds fanning out. As they do that, we have to bring air from the surface to fill that void in the mid-levels. That gives us that rising motion, helps us generate that scattered precipitation. Now, as we head deeper into the week, you can see it there. We do have a bit of pattern change. I'll take the drawings off of there, and we'll look at what's happening here late week. Again, here's the picture as we head through Wednesday into Thursday, with that chance for some precipitation across the region. By the time we get to the weekend, though, high pressure taking shape. This is going to lead to another round of hot and dry weather across the prairie as we get into the weekend and early next week. Before that, again, scattered precipitation. This is the NAM forecast through Thursday afternoon. And again, you can see it just daily chances for scattered showers, a couple thunderstorms, maybe some small hail with some of the stronger storms, especially across parts of Alberta today. I'll go ahead and show you day by day with this one, just so you can kind of time it out. Here's our Monday precipitation forecast. This would be overnight. This is going to be your Tuesday afternoon shower and storm chance. Again, highest across central and southern Alberta. And then as we get into Wednesday and Thursday, the precipitation chance is going to kind of start to shift off to portions of southern Saskatchewan and Manitoba. So through Thursday afternoon from the NAM, you can see the disorganized nature here. Again, some localized areas where we get some heavier precipitation, where maybe a stronger thunderstorm or two pops up. Some areas are going to be totally missed. The European model, same time period through Thursday afternoon, a very similar picture. Maybe the best chance for some heavier precipitation across western and central, south central portions of Alberta. We can get a little bit of a terrain influence there, as well as the winds come out of the east, out of the southeast, and run it up against the Rockies there. We can enhance some of that precipitation. So again, that's good news there. We'll continue to bring that fire risk down as we head through the week, but again, as we head into the weekend, early next week, there's the chance we could see that hot, dry condition and the elevated fire risk begin to return to parts of the region. A little bit of a longer range look, a wider scope with your precipitation forecast from the NAM model, the European model. Here is your Monday. This is your Tuesday. Again, daily chances for pop-up showers and storms across this region. An isolated strong storm possible with large hail. This is your Wednesday forecast. Exact same setup. More showers and storms across the same region. And then as we head into Thursday and Friday, again, this is when that risk starts to shift off into southern Saskatchewan, southern Manitoba. This is when we'll start to see hot and dry conditions begin to return to Alberta, western Saskatchewan, and British Columbia. This may extend into the Pacific Northwest, some of the northern high plains as well, some of those hotter conditions. And here's an animation of those temperature anomalies. Again, heat returns over the weekend into early next week. Big difference, though, as we head deeper into the month of May. It doesn't look like a hot pattern that's going to stick around well into June. This is the pattern here in kind of days 3 through 8, kind of centered on the weekend into early next week. This would be the hottest and driest of the time periods. But then as we get into the later part of next week, kind of May 18th through the 23rd, start to see this trough to the east begin to kind of back up and have a bigger influence. So we'll start to see northwest flow throughout the jet stream here across the prairie as we head into next week, and that's going to lead to cooler temperatures across the region and maybe a renewed chance for some showers and storms. Now, a sliding 5-day window on your precipitation forecast. Again, we'll have the chance for showers and storms through Wednesday in Alberta. On Thursday and Friday, that chance moves into Saskatchewan and southern Manitoba. But then as we head into the weekend, early next week, likely looking at a much drier pattern across the region. Here is a look at your high temperatures and low temperatures in some of our select cities. Again, Calgary, you see the heat return late in the week. Very similar look here in Edmonton. High temperatures near 30 degrees Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, May 13th through the 15th. With dry conditions here, it's possible we may continue to see that fire weather risk begin to crop back up. So eyes on the weekend into early next week for that. Saskatoon, here is Regina, and then Winnipeg, a little bit cooler. See some variability there, a little cooler on the backside of our Thursday, Friday precipitation chances. Have a wonderful week. I'll talk to you again next Monday.